part 2 conversion. In part 2 conversion, now what we are going to do, first of all, the thing which we are going to take is a CH3 CH2OH. In this CH3 CH2OH, what we have to do? We have to replace this OH by using a reagent. What are the possible reagent? First is PCl5, then we can take SOCl2, we can take HCl, or even we can take PCl3. Any of the reagent we can use, and we can change this OH group into a halogen group, and the reaction will be CH3, CH2 and Cl. So what has happened? It has changed into CH3, CH2, Cl. Now the same reagent, if we carry out our oxidation, now what we do, two step of oxidation, this directly changes into CH3 COOH. This is ethanoic acid. This is what it is, a ethanoic acid. And in this ethanoic acid, again we want to replace this OH group. Then again we will use a reagent PCl5 or PCl3, or we can use SOCl2. Even we can use HCl also. So this will change into CH3, CO and Cl. Now this CH3, CO, Cl, suppose if I want to change into a aldehyde group, so the reagent which I will use, that is H2, PD and BaSO4. So what is it? It is a Rosen-Munz reaction, that is a name reaction. In this, now what will happen? This will carry out the reaction and will form a product. The product formed will be a aldehyde, that is CH3CHO. This is a aldehyde. We call it as a ethanol. And this ethanol can be further changed in the acidic group by again using a reagent which is known as a K2Cr2O7, K2Cr2O7 plus concentrated H2SO4. So it has changed into a acetic acid. So what we are observing, that we started with the alcohol, that is ethanol, and that ethanol is changing into a ethyl chloride, and then ethyl chloride, after changing into ethyl chloride, again the same reagent, if we add it into a acetic acid, then it changes, replaces the OH group and it forms a acetyl chloride. This acetyl chloride, if you again treat it with the hydrogen and palladium barium sulfate, it changes to aldehyde, and this is the reagent for a Rosen-Munz reaction. This is the reagent for a Rosen-Munz reaction. So here I will write down the name of our name reaction, that is Rosen-Munz. This is Rosen-Munz reaction. Rosen-Munz reaction. So this is the name reaction. So this we have to learn, that how we can carry out the reactions. This is Rosen-Munz reaction. So again, if I use a further conversion, then if I say how we are going to change it into a different conversion, how we will carry out the conversions. The first conversion which we use is again now let's see if I write down the example. The first example if I write down, that is a conversion of ethyl alcohol to I write acetyl chloride. Okay. Now how will I carry out a conversion? To carry out a conversion, what we have to do? We first of all write out the formula of ethyl chloride. So it is CH3CH2OH. Okay. And what is the formula for acetyl chloride? It is CH3COCl. Now I have to carry out the reaction. So what I am observing, that CH2OH group is changed into a COCl group. So for that, first step is that I will carry out a oxidation by using a reagent that is known as 2-recent oxygen and K2Cr2O7 plus concentrated H2SO4. Okay. Now this will change into CH3COOH. Now in this CH3COOH, if I directly use a reagent which is known as a PCl5 or I use a PCl3, any of the reagent I can use, then it changes into acetyl chloride, that is CH3COCl. Now just see how simple it is. We just have to remember the reagent. What are the reagents which can change a particular functional group? This we have to keep in mind. Now the another reagent, if I take the another color and I am using another color to carry out a further reaction, so that you should not be confused. You should not be confused that yes, I am using the another different colors, and the another different color is, suppose if I take a which color will you like? Okay, I am taking a green color. Okay. Now if I write down the reaction, another conversion, like suppose if I take methyl chloride to ethanoic acid, okay. Now what will be the steps? This we have studied in the first part of the video also. So what will be the reaction now, methyl chloride to ethanoic acid? That will be what methyl chloride means. The formula for methyl chloride is, what is the formula for methyl chloride? It is CH3Cl, and we have to change it into the ethanoic acid, that is CH3COOH. Now what we are observing, that one of the carbon chain has increased, means we have to use a step up reaction. In a step up reaction, I told you in the earlier video that we have to add alcoholic casein. We have to add alcoholic casein. Now when we add alcoholic casein, what will happen? The functional group chlorine will be replaced by a more electronegative functional group, that is cyanide, and it will change into CH3CN. Now this CH3CN can be changed directly to acetic acid by carrying out a hydrolysis in the acidic medium H plus and H2O. So what will be removed out of it? That will be minus NH3, and it will change into acetic acid. So we always say that cyanide, if you carry out a complete hydrolysis, then it changes to carboxylic acid. So what we have to remember? We have to remember the reagents, that these are the reagents which can be used to change the functional group from one form to the other. So what are the reagents we have studied right now? I have introduced a reagent PCl5, PCl3, SOCl2 and HCl. And what was the oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent was the K2Cr2O7 and concentrated H2SO4, which we say acidified potassium dichromate. So first of all, the alcohol can be directly changed into the acetic acid by using a oxidizing agent like potassium dichromate and sulfuric acid. Okay. Now if I carry out the further conversion, the further chart I will explain you. In the further chart, if I carry out another reaction, now suppose if I write down again methane. Now here I am writing down methane here, and I am carrying out the oxidation. Okay. Now this oxidation, if I carry out in the presence of copper tube, then what will be the oxidation here? It will change into a methanol, that is CH3OH. Okay. Now the same reaction if I carry out in the presence of oxygen, but here if I use a molybdenum oxide. What I am using? I am using a molybdenum oxide. Then the two different products are formed. When we use copper tube, it forms a methanol, but when we use a molybdenum oxide, it changes to aldehyde group, that is HCHO. So this is the reagent. Suppose if I use a further reaction HCHO, then again if I use here as a concentrated NaOH here, then it will be changed into a name reaction. The name reaction is a Cannizzaro reaction. Then it forms a mixture of two products, that is a ethanol this is methanol, plus it forms a salt of sodium formate, HCOONA. So what we are observing, that if we want to change methane to methanol, we can use this step also, or we carry out in this way, then it changes to the methanol like this way. Now if this methanol, in the previous video and in the previous page also we have studied, this OH group, if I want to change, then again I can use a reagent. I think you have remembered that it is PCl5. Then it will change into CH3Cl. Now this CH3Cl, if I add 2Na here and dry ether, again I am giving you a revision of part 1 little bit. How? Because the conversions can be asked from any of the reactant part. So what is this? It will change into a CH3CH3. This is known as a Woods reaction. This is known as a Woods reaction. So it is a Woods reaction, CH3CH3. Now if I again further want to introduce a alcoholic group into it, so here I will use aqueous KOH. Now what is the role of aqueous KOH? It substitutes the Cl with a OH. Substitutes the Cl with OH. So it will change into CH3OH. It will change into CH3OH. And if I want to change this CH3CH3 into OH, that is the functional group OH, then first of all I have to introduce what? I have to introduce a halogen group. I have to introduce a halogen group. Then in the presence of a sunlight, then what will be the product here? It will be CH3 CH2 Cl, and this CH3 CH2 Cl, if I add again aqueous KOH to it, then it changes into CH3 CH2 and OH. Now again here only I will tell you the different reagent. If I use suppose a different reagent, like if I use a alcoholic KOH in place of what? In place of a aqueous KOH, then what will I get? I will get a, just see I am writing it with a different color so that it will make a difference. It is alcoholic KOH. In alcoholic KOH, what will happen? It will remove a water. It will remove a water out of it and will create a double bond. Will create a double bond here. Now just see, double bond has been created. So what was the difference between the two? Here it was aqueous KOH. In this aqueous KOH, it carries out a substitution reaction, and alcoholic KOH carries out a dehydrohalogenation. Means it removes a halogen part and it will remove a what? It will remove a, what it is going to remove? It will remove what? It will remove a water part also. Just see a direct conversion from here. So here if I will use a for to remove this, what will happen? It will remove this part, and again if I change it into a this one, just see what will happen. It will change this aqueous KOH. This aqueous KOH substitutes the halogen part. It gives you CH3 CH2 OH here, and in the same here in CH3 CH2 Cl, if I add alcoholic KOH, then it removes what? It removes a halogen part and it removes the water. Just see, I am writing down what will be removed. It is removing minus KCl here and minus H2O. So what has happened? What we have observed, that alcoholic KOH changes to create a double bond. Now suppose if I want to add here Cl2 again, then what will happen? Because of the presence of double bond, it will form a 1, 2. Just see, I am writing down here. The product will be what? The product will be H2C. It will be H2C single bond CH2 here, and 2Cl will occupy the place here. Okay. Now suppose again if I add alcoholic KOH. Now again by adding alcoholic KOH, what will happen? It will change the Cl into a what part it will remove the Cl? It is going to remove Cl and the water, and what will you get? It will form a triple bond like HC here, triple bond CH here. So, what is the role of alcoholic KOH? Alcoholic KOH removes the water and the halogen part, and aqueous KOH removes the halogen part and just gives a substitution reaction. Okay. Now, if I give you the, now I will give you one question. We will do the questions here. Now, what is the question? Again, the example, if I write down here, example that methane, convert it into a ethane. So, how we are going to carry out the reaction? Very simple reaction. CH4 plus Cl2 in the, then it gives you CH3Cl here, then you add 2Na here, dry ether here, then you will get a CH3 and CH3. Okay. Now, if I give you another conversion, like if I give you another conversion that convert ethane to ethene. Now, what we have to remember, it is ENE, that is a double bond. So, how we are going to carry out a conversion? Now, formula for ethane is CH3CH3. Then you add Cl2 here in the presence of a sunlight HNO. Then you get a product, substitution product as CH3, CH2, Cl. Now, what we are going to add here? Here we are going to add alcoholic KOH, which will give you a product as CH2 double bond CH2. So, we got ethane over here. Suppose if I write down that I want to change the another product, another conversion, if I give you another conversion, okay. So, what will be the another conversion? Suppose if I write down here as ethane to ethyne. So, the steps will be increasing, but the conversion will be in the same format. Again, ethane is CH3CH3 plus Cl2 here, then sunlight here HNO, it changes into CH3, CH2, Cl, and then if you add here alcoholic KOH, then what will you get? You will get CH2, then double bond CH2 here. Now, if I add Cl2 again here, then what will be the product here? The product will be, what will be the product here? Now, can you think of it? Yes, the product will be CH2 single bond CH2 here, 1 Cl over here, 1 Cl on this carbon. Then again you further move to a by using a reagent as alcoholic KOH, and here now because we have to replace 2 Cl, so we are going to add 2 molecules of 2 KOH, and then it gives you a ethyne, that is HC triple bond CH. I hope you must have understood what I mean to say, what are the reagents and what is the role. Again I will repeat, the role of the reagent aqueous KOH is to substitute OH in place of a halogen, and if you add the another halogen in a double bond, then an addition reaction will take place and 2 of the Cl will be added by replacing a double bond. Then one of the bond has been replaced, again you add alcoholic KOH, you will get ethyne, that is HC triple bond CH. Okay. Now, let us move further, because in between I don't want to leave, that you should understand the concept directly. What is the role of a reagent? Now, here we have used another reagent. Suppose if I use another reagent, suppose now if I want to use another reagent, then what will be the role for the another reagent? Another reagent is a different role. Now, just see, again I will increase one more reagent here. Now, what is the reagent here? Suppose it is a again, okay, just wait. Okay, now if I use the another reagent down here, again the reagent which I am using here, CH3, it is what now? Here it is CH3 CHO. Okay, now here I am adding dilute NaOH. This is the aldol condensation. So when we add a dilute aldol condensation, so if I write down the reaction, further reaction, let's see, I am writing down the name reaction, aldol condensation. In aldol condensation, what will happen? Just see. Here I have written a formula like this way, HCH here, then H over here, and this is C double bond OH, okay. Plus, further I will write down the reaction in this way, CHH, here it is H, two molecules of acetaldehyde we have taken, okay. And the reagent which I have added is dilute NaOH. Okay, now what is there? In this formula, what we are observing that it contains a alpha hydrogen. So, what are the alpha hydrogen? First of all, we have to understand this. What is the alpha hydrogen here? The hydrogen which is attached to a carbon next to the functional group. So, these all will be the alpha hydrogen. These are all the alpha hydrogen. Okay. This is the alpha carbon and these are the alpha hydrogen. Similarly, in this is the alpha carbon and these are all are the alpha hydrogen. Now, aldol reaction is carried out where there is a presence of alpha hydrogen. So, what will happen in this? This O, because it is a carbonyl group, this is more electronegative. This will carry out the electron towards itself, and because of which the oxygen will become negative in nature, and one of the alpha hydrogen will attack over here on where it is going to attack. It is going to attack on this oxygen, and the product formed will be, just see, CH3 here, then C here, this will be OH, and here it will be H here, and now what will be remaining? CH, here it is CH and it is C double bond OH. So, we call this as a aldol. We have added aldol here. It has formed aldol. Now, if you heat it, then water will be removed out of it. How water will be removed out? Elimination reaction. On heating, it gives you elimination reaction, and the product formed will be what? The product formed will be CH3. Just see, I am writing down the formula, CH3, then C here, double bond here, C here, it is H and it is H. Okay. Now, it is another, just see, simple condensation reaction, and we call this as a aldol condensation reaction. So, this is the role of a dilute NaOH where there is a presence of a alpha hydrogen which I have written right now. Okay. So, now in the next video, I will explain you a functional group where there is a absence of a alpha hydrogen, and the reaction will be known as a, which reaction it will be called? It will be called as a Cannizzaro reaction. So, wait for another video. Okay, bye bye all of you.